Separation season in real estate. Lessons from top sports teams and how they parallel to a great real estate career. That's what's on my mind right now. I tell you where I'm at. As we are in the business planning season, we're wrapping up 2024 and we are looking ahead to 2025. I've been meeting with our agents. I've been meeting with our staff and leadership, and we're all trying to kind of envision what we want 2025 to look like. And one of the big asks that I get, or questions that get directed my way from agents, is, in 2025, how can I increase my business? Well, good news is most of the experts are already predicting, now that we're past the election and we may see some relief when it comes to interest rates, most of the experts are predicting that we might see anywhere from a 12 to 13% increase in real estate transactions next year. But for most of our agents, including myself, 12 to 13% is not where we want to be. We want to double that. We want to triple that in 2025. And that might be because we're competitive and we're big thinkers, but I find that most people that are entrepreneurial are driven to try to improve where they are. And the worst thing, that most of us has found is that looking back a year from now, or if we could fast forward a year from now and we're looking back on what 2025 looked like, the worst thing would be that we are exactly where we are today, right? Without any growth. So most people are driven to have some sort of growth. And here's what I've been thinking about. As I mentioned earlier, sports teams and business. Sports teams and being a successful real estate agent. If you're like me, I've got 4 kids. I was an athlete growing up. I played football in college. I played hockey as a kid. My kids have continued on with travel sports. My oldest son is in his freshman year playing college lacrosse and getting an eye-opening experience to, even in the off-season, how much the daily grind is when you need to be a successful athlete. My middle girls have always been competitive cheerleaders, where to be on the top team, to be in the right room with the best athletes, they have to travel 3 to 4 times a week from the beach to Baltimore to one of the top cheer programs. That takes commitment. That takes time. It's 2.5 hours one way, plus they practice for 3 hours, and it's 2.5 hours back. Most people aren't committed enough to do that. But what I see, and the analogy I want to bring in, is this: separation season. And where can you make big improvements in your business and go past the competition, right? Let's face it. All of us real estate agents, say there's 1,500 of us locally, we all like to work together. We need to work together, but at the same time, I think a lot of us aspire to sell as much as we possibly can and maybe be the top agent. At least that's the way I am wired. But to do that, you can't do what everybody else does, because if you do what everybody else does, you're going to get what everybody else has. I'm Ryan Haley with Atlantic Shores Sotheby's International Realty. And if you've thought about becoming a real estate agent, I have an offer for you. At Atlantic Shores Sotheby's International Realty, we've developed a fantastic system for either brand new and or experienced real estate agents. We've sold hundreds of homes on an annual basis, and in our career, we've had over $1 billion in real estate sales. Our agents love us because we provide great support, training, mentorship, coaching, marketing, and all the tools you need to be a successful real estate agent in this ever-changing marketplace. Here's the offer. Even if you don't have a real estate license, we have a scholarship program that would allow you to get your real estate license for free. Our agents, on average, sell anywhere from 17 to 24 homes a year. Our top agents are selling upwards of 50 homes a year. If you'd like more information about this opportunity, please reach out to Ryan at ryanhaley.com or visit AtlanticShoresOC.com. So my son, like I said, he's 19. He's in his freshman year of college. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, plus Saturday from 2 o'clock to 8 p.m., he has lacrosse, right? Plus, he's got to do his schoolwork. But everything from lifting together as a team to going to study hall to team meetings to 2 hours of practice. And all the kids that he's on the team with are doing the same thing, right? So if all the kids do the same thing, put the same amount of work, they're probably going to get kind of a similar result, right? A similar growth plan. But if you really want to get ahead of the competition, right, and separate yourself, you can't just do the work that everybody else is doing. And I find that in sports and or in real estate, there are certain times of the year where you can double down, work harder, and that's ultimately when you're going to make the biggest gains. So an example for my son is he's on the same playing field with everybody else. And if he wants to move up the depth chart, it's going to be difficult to do so during season. But when he comes home for Thanksgiving, when he comes home for Christmas, when he's home for the summer, those are the times when maybe your competition's sitting back and not working quite as hard. Maybe they're in real estate thinking, you know what, the market might be better next year. Maybe I'll just sit back and wait for it, right? So the separation season requires the work when others don't necessarily feel like doing the work, or they're running scared. That's an analogy that goes back to 2008. When I was in the business in 2008, 2009, 2010, a lot of real estate agents were scared. They were scared as to what the future was going to be, what would happen to the market, what would happen financially. And during those times, they pulled back. They did not advertise as much. They didn't work to have great staff members around them and grow. They didn't make as many calls. They kind of hid a little bit. But the ones who stepped on the gas during that period of time, who doubled down on the investing, who doubled down on the work, they're the ones that have experienced great success coming out. So I've always said you can make more market headway or gain more market share in a down market than you ever can in an up market. So in real estate, the separation seasons are pretty similar to sports. You got the holidays coming. A lot of people might pack it in and said, hey, I had a good 2024. Well, now's when you need to be working. That's the separation season. Same thing comes true in the summer. We live in a beach town where our office is 150 yards from the beach. We all lived here for a reason. We all moved here for a reason, to take advantage of the beach. But if you have too much beach time and not enough time talking to your clients, investing in your business, you're going to see the negative results of that on the other end. Or you're going to have people who did double down during those periods of time who have not just linear growth, but more exponential growth. So you can do it two ways here, and maybe you need a combination of both. This is my suggestion to help you out. You have sweat equity and you have checkbook equity. And I believe the combination of both during a downturn in the market or a quiet time when other people's aren't working is really what will be the key to exponential growth. So you can write your business, you can write a check to pay for leads, or you can join a team that already has the leads, that has the staff, that has the marketing, that has all the tools you need to succeed, or as an independent agent, you can pay for those yourself. Now put that on top of doing the sweat equity, which is picking up the phone, making the calls, having the conversations, going to the holiday parties, getting belly to belly, and having good conversations with people, because that's ultimately what's going to pay off and will ultimately be the key to your success in separation season.